Hi everybody, I'm Giancarlo Caltabiano and welcome to another episode of Bored to Death Previews. This one is for A Dog's Life, currently on Kickstarter. I'm really interested in this one because it's by Christophe Ballinger, who has done Dungeon Twister, Archipelago, and a lot of other good games. So stay tuned and check it out. A Dog's Life is a family tabletop game for 2 to 6 players designed by Christophe Ballinger. Your goal in this dog life is to find and bury 3 bones in your home's den before the others do. The game is set up here with the tokens to the side of the board and the dog catcher on its starting location. And make sure the newspapers are face down. Each player will get a dog card and a den card. Place the corresponding dog pawn on the den space you drew. This is your home den. Each player will have tokens and cards of their colors. You will start with 4 food and 1 piddle on your dog board. Place the cards next to your board. Choose a starting player and you're ready to begin the hunt for the perfect bone. Each turn has 3 phases: food, dog actions, and dog catcher. At the start of your turn, you do the food phase, which is to simply move your food counter down by 1. If you start this phase at 0, your dog falls asleep and drops all newspapers and bones on that space. Then you move your dog pawn to the first spot in the dog shelter. If this happens, you end your turn completely. If you did start with food, then you can go to phase 2, dog actions. Dogs have action points written here which tell you how many actions you can take. Moving costs 1 action point per space. When you move, you can choose the direction in which you move. You can also move through figures, but never end on the same space as one. A building is also considered space, but can only be entered by the space with a paw on it. You cannot move through a space with another dog's piddle. If you do, you end this phase immediately in that space. Now let's take a look at the different spaces and actions you can do using your action points. When you take an action, you will flip over the top action card to see the result of that action. If you search a full trash can, flip over a card to see what you find. You might find nothing, or you might find something useful like food or a bone. If you do find a bone, add it to your dog's mouth. You can only carry 2 items: bones and newspapers. After searching the trash can, place an empty can marker on that space so that other players cannot search there. If the last empty trash token has been placed, the city cleans up and all empty trash is removed from the board. If you walk into a restaurant, you can beg for food once this turn. Flip a card and see what the owner gives you. If you're at the newsstand, you can bark to get a newspaper delivery job. Take a random token and look at the number secretly, then place it in your mouth. The number is the address of where you need to bring it. When you bring it there, show the other players the number and shuffle it back into the stack. Then flip a card to see the reward for your delivery. If you're on a space with a fountain, you can drink, which will give you a piddle token. If you're on a space with a lamp, you can pee on it to mark your territory if you have some in your bladder. Other dogs that go on that spot must end their turn there, but can replace the mark with their own at the start of their next dog phase. You can attack other dogs adjacent to you, and when you do, both players flip a card and check how many paws they have. The losing dog will drop all objects in its mouth and move 1 space backwards. If the attacker loses, they end their turn. In case of a tie, nothing happens, but you can use another action point to attack again. You can pick up or drop items for 1 action point. You might want to drop a newspaper for a bone. And once you go back to your den, you can spend an action point to bury a bone. 2 action points if you have 2 bones. If you bury 3 bones, you win the game. Now let's take a look at the final phase of a player's turn, the dog catcher's phase. Here you will roll the die and move the truck forward that many space on the board. If it lands on a dog, that dog is captured and sent to the shelter. If it lands adjacent to a dog, that player flips a card to see if he hid well enough to not be spotted. A dog in the shelter will start his turn by flipping a card to see if he escapes. If not, they move down 1 spot and the next turn flip over 2 cards. If they escape, they will be placed on the black paw at the shelter building on the board. When a player has buried 3 bones, 4 for a longer game variant, they win. A Dog's Life is a fun, quick-to-learn family game with lots of tactical choices and strategy. Each dog plays differently, and the more you play, the more you learn their strengths and weaknesses. The rulebook helps you learn about each one and even gives you real facts about a dog's life and why they do certain things. It's great for all level gamers. The production quality is very nice and the painted minis are a bonus. They already have a Kickstarter up, and we recommend you go check it out. And as always, if you like it, back it. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.